Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Swift River Pecans, LLC. It's holiday gifting season, and Swift River Pecans can help you give something that is unique and truly Texan. Owner Troy Swift is here to tell us a little bit more, and we're talking all about pecans today. So how many varieties of pecans are there out there just in the world, Troy?
There's about 1,000 varieties or so.
Wow.
I guess nobody really knows how many varieties they are. Varieties or hybrids. It all started with the native pecan, which are the giant trees, and we're in the homeland of the native pecans right here. We however, grow 14 varieties, but we concentrate on 7 or 8 of the more modern varieties. They have different features, different qualities, a little bit different taste, and if you come in at the right time of year in November or December, you can actually do a taste test, and we'll let you try the different kinds, and you decide which one you like.
There are some names that I see here like Sioux, Wichita, Comanche, those sorts of names, Kiowa, that are indigenous names. Can you touch on that for me?
Yes. So in 1955, the USDA, who at the time and most of the time since has been primarily the agency responsible for creating new hybrids, decided to honor the American Indians by naming the pecan releases after the indigenous peoples.
Interesting stuff. Let's talk about the products that are made from these pecans. The biggest one that you're into, I would say, if someone were to come in and talk to you about something, is what you call liquid gold, right?
Yeah.
It is raw pecan oil. Talk to me about this. Raw
pecan oil is literally squeezed pecans, no heat, no chemicals. It's just pecan oil. Has a 470 degree F smoke point that makes it easy to cook, but you can use it anywhere you use butter or high-end oils of any type, anywhere from salads, fish, and you can even put it on top of your vanilla ice cream. So we have several candies that are made out of our pecans. We have sweet and spicy and cinnamon, and we have hot and spicy.
That's really cool. And if somebody hasn't been out here yet, I know that more people have been coming through the door, especially as we get into the holiday season, but you can also give them a pretty cool tour of this place. So what would you say to someone who's considering coming down and saying hi?
Please call me and arrange a tour. If you don't want a tour, just come down and the place is interesting by itself. And we also have videos. We can show you videos here, or you can watch them online. And remember, all our pecans are grown with regenerative agriculture techniques.
And of course, a lot of love for us to consume. So we're grateful to you for that. Thank you, Troy, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Call anytime to schedule a tour and learn more at swiftriverpecans.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Swift River Pecans, LLC. Navigating the holiday season can be a challenge for many mamas, and that's why author and podcast host Monica Samuels is here to share some of her top tips to get through it with a smile, a laugh, and the feeling of community. It's really big, important stuff we're talking about today. Monica, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's first talk about how you became a podcast host, how you became an author, because this all started from your momdom.
Right. I had an older son, my first son, when I was an attorney at a big law firm here in Austin, and I was pregnant with my second child. I thought I should stay home with my kids. So being me, I stayed home with my kids, but then I immediately thought, I should write a book about this. I should be doing something. So,
like you're not doing
that's
enough.
right. Mm-hmm. So J.C. Conklin, who at the time was a Wall Street Journal reporter, and I wrote a book called Comeback Moms, which is a book that's to help women navigate taking a little bit of time off or working part-time and staying plugged in so they could go back to work later. So we wrote this book together, and a few years later I was approached about doing a podcast, and we did a podcast. Originally it was about that book, but I was also with my 4 other friends, it was 5 of us, at St. Andrews, where our kids went to school and were in the same grade, and we'd become really close friends. So I would use them on the show as my Zoomer moms, as we call them on the show. Mm-hmm. And my producer said, your friends are really, really good. And I said, why don't we change the show a little bit and make it more about women's friendships? Aww. Because we We now travel together. We have our own group chat where we send each other funny stories, and you know, when sad things happen, one of the moms got divorced, we've had some illnesses, we're together, you know, there for each other. Now, two of them, one mom, her son is dating the other one's daughter.
Oh.
We're thinking they're going to get married, but if that doesn't happen, I hope we can keep the mom friendship together. But I think we can. We're pretty solid now.
Keep the gal group together.
But that's how it started.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I want to go back to the book for a minute if we can, because yes, to your point, high-powered and you're very smart. And there are statistics out there that when women take time out of the workplace, that like really our personal economy never really recovers. And so can you at least tell me some of the things that you covered in that book for moms who were, you know, halfway participating in the workplace?
I think that the biggest thing we shared with them is stay connected.
Yeah.
Don't just retreat to complete mom world, which, you know, some moms do. I kind of did too. There's a part in the book called CEO Mom Syndrome where, well, I decided I'm not going to be a partner to law firm, but now my 2-year-old will be someday, so I'm going to throw myself into school. And you don't want to totally throw yourself into that world. Stay connected to the people you used to work with. Stay a member of, like, I'm an attorney, the CLE classes. Stay engaged so that when you do decide to go back to work, you have a network to turn to.
Yeah.
And they're just not out of the blue saying, you know what, I decided I want to go back to work. Because that's when a lot of women, they don't really return, or they return to something that wasn't where they would have been or where they could have been if they'd continued in the workforce. And I mean, to be honest, you're not going to be at the same level that you would have been if you just kept working. But
Sure.
It's also hard to be a great mom and, in my case, a great attorney.
Yeah.
It's the balance. Those are two things that you either throw yourself in completely, one or the other. If you're such an overachiever that you got to be the best, then you have to balance it and accept that. And we sort of have an attitude.
Tough to do.
It is tough to do, but we have an attitude on our show now, and as a subsequent to the book, that women are just going to have a different trajectory in their lives and their careers. Men's careers may go in their 20s, 30s, 40s. That may be the high point, you know, where they're growing. We learn so much as moms. We multitask. We do so much that we learn so much. We're so valuable when we're in our 40s, 50s, 60s that we just may be at a place where that's our big moment in the career world, is when we've had our kids. Our kids are grown to a point where they can manage themselves, which I've learned now as my children are older. That doesn't really happen necessarily. I mean, you know, you think
Once a mom, always a mom.
That's right. But, you know, so it's just, you take a different attitude towards it. You know what? I'm going to do great things throughout my whole life. I won't be retiring when I'm 65 or whatever. I'm just keep right on going. I'm going to... Yeah.
Good for you. I hear so much power when you speak. And also you say you want to bring some levity to the whole thing, because Christmas time especially, you said it's mom's show. It's mom is the producer, mom is the creator, and this can be a really stressful time.
It is extremely stressful. It is definitely the mom show. And as I've always said, if you want to see what it's like to be a mom because you're not a mom yet, you're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to help at Christmas. I'm going to do that. Then you would never become a mom, because moms at Christmas, we're the whole thing.
You're the whole shebang.
Yeah, I mean, we do the Christmas cards, the gift purchasing, the gift wrapping. Like the other day, it took me a day and a half to decorate a tree, but I did it because you do it all by yourself. The family,
I did.
Yeah, the whole family, they just wait for the big show and they enjoy it, and you enjoy putting it on. But I guess my biggest advice from getting through all of that is when I had younger kids, I did everything. I had Department 56 villages, you know, I had little carousels in the house. I looked like Macy's department store. My house was so decorated, and outside it looked like, you know, National Lampoon. It was like the Griswolds lived there, because I was going to do it big, because that's kind of how I have to do everything. But I was just working and working and working. And the worst part is January, because who wants to help you clean that up and put it away?
No one.
Yeah,
you don't even want to do it.
So you're doing everything. So I would say create a balance for yourself where you're enjoying it and your family can still enjoy it.
Yeah.
And they're still going to enjoy it, even if you don't go crazy and do all that stuff.
Absolutely.
So that's probably the biggest piece of advice for moms at Christmas.
You can scale it back and still be joyful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and for anyone who hasn't listened to your podcast before, just talk to me about some of the things, that you guys have covered recently.
We cover all kinds of subjects. We talk to celebrities. So we just recently interviewed Jodie Sweetin was on our show.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, we've had Carney Wilson. We had Taylor Dane on our show, which was kind of interesting because our kids graduated in 2020 during the pandemic. Her twins did the same thing. Oh. And the show turned into be more like a therapy session between moms and not, oh wow, we're interviewing this famous singer. Mm-hmm. But we've also covered different subjects like menopause is big. I think menopause is having its moment with Leanne Morgan being so big and so many celebrities. We talk about that. We talk about taking care of your elderly parents. We talk about getting your kid into a great college without going to jail, which is a big thing. That's become something too. So we cover everything.
Run the gamut.
That's right.
Okay, all right. We'll have to leave it there. But thank you so much for sharing some of your community today. I hope more people plug in.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate
I hope
it. All right. For more information, visit InsideTheMomsClub.com or follow Monica on social media at Inside the Moms Club.
The Voice Season 28 finale is just 1 week away, and Toni has been blowing us away all season long with her incredible performances as a part of Team Snoop. And following her playoffs performance, the artist joins me now. Hi, Toni. So good to see you again. How are things?
Hi, it's good to see you too. And things are honestly really great right now. I feel amazing. I'm on top of the world right now.
Well, I'm excited for you, and we have to start with your performance from last night's playoff episode. So you did Jasmine Sullivan's Bust Your Windows. I've loved talking about this specific aspect of it with you all season long. So why this song? Because you just choose showstopper after showstopper.
Well, this time around, actually, our coaches chose our songs.
Okay.
And I will say this was a song that I had been interested in. And at first, I wasn't exactly sure how I felt about it for this particular round. I felt like I wasn't sure how I would make it a big showstopper, I wanted to turn it into a really big number with, lots of emotion and lots of feeling and just make it a big way for me to connect with America and the audience. And I think that over time during the round and over time on this show, I have learned so much, and it was a really nice process for me to turn this song into what everyone was able to see last night. It took time, it took work with the band, but I feel like we got there, and I gave all the emotion I possibly could. That was the goal, and I'm just so happy that I feel like I achieved that goal.
Yeah, well, I think you achieved it as well. I loved watching you, and I also loved how much support you got online. I was kind of keeping up with the social media of it all, and people have just really loved you this season. So with that, I'm kind of curious, you've gotten to work with Snoop Dogg all season. You've gotten to have all these incredible performances. So how would you say that The Voice has maybe changed you or impacted you both as on a personal level as well as a singer?
I think The Voice has restored a lot of confidence in me, in myself, and who I am as an artist. The Voice has given me this platform to perform, throw out the performances, see how they're received, see how people feel about them, see what works and what doesn't. And I think it just gave me 10 times more skill as a performer, because it's that whole idea of once you get on stage, there are no redos. You don't start over. If you make a mistake, that's what'll air and that's what everyone will see. And nobody wants that experience. And I think it's really helped me tighten up, helped me perfect that thing of no matter what's going on stage in the time, no matter what's going on in my head, I just need to focus on what I'm doing at this current moment and keep doing the things that I've been rehearsing, let the world see, let the world feel my emotion, put on a show. I think The Voice has made me so much better at that. I think it has turned me into a seasoned performer, I feel confident now when I go through things in life, when little auditions here and there that I'm still doing, I feel a lot more confident about what I'm doing because I trust and believe that, the decisions that I've made, the choices that I'm making are really solid, and I stand by them. So it's kind of restored me and my relationship with myself as an artist and how I feel about myself. It has given me so much newfound confidence. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I love that though. So many good life lessons and life skills that you're going to be able to take with you way beyond this experience, which is incredible.
Yes.
Now, something else that I know has been very special for you throughout this season is your relationship with your coach, Snoop Dogg. We talked about this in our prior interview. So, we're still unsure at this point in time on kind of where your placement stands with the finale. And so I'm curious, if this is the end, what are maybe some things you would say about getting to work with Snoop Dogg and kind of his impact on you and his mentorship?
I would like to start by saying he is Uncle Snoop. At the beginning, it was a thing that, people say, I'm like, Uncle Snoop, like, hey, it was a casual thing. But then as time went on, it became really real. When he said that he was bringing us into his family, we are family now, he really meant that. And seeing him watch the performance last night, it made me a little emotional because it felt like, yeah, look at my uncle watching me perform. He's just so proud of me. He must be. I see it. I feel it coming from him right now. He is a man of his word. He has done so much for us as a coach and as a mentor. He really changed this entire experience. He made this experience what it has been for me personally. I can't say I've had the same experience as everyone else here, but for me on Team Snoop, he made me feel like this is a safe space for us, and we should feel confident going into every performance, no matter what people are saying online, no matter how we may feel about our standing in the competition. It's not about, I don't want to go home. I don't want to, we don't want to go home, but it's not about that. It's about doing what you came to do and showing the world what it is that you love to do. And Snoop has really pushed that in us. Like, just be confident in you go out there, do what it is that you're supposed to do, and be happy with that. And feel good knowing that you did what you came to do, and that's all that you had to do. That's all anyone is expecting of you as far as he's concerned. I needed that.
The Voice is over in a week, which is kind of sad. I can't believe it's already over. But we kind of talked about this last time we spoke. But can you tease anything about maybe what's ahead for you, whether that's some new music for you or collaborations? We know you've done acting before. Do we have any plans to maybe do more of that? Like, kind of what's ahead for you beyond The Voice and beyond this season of your life?
Everything that I was doing prior to The Voice, except for maybe the cruise ship thing, I continue to keep pursuing. Mm-hmm. So absolutely, please expect to see me on your TV screen. Expect to see me in the theaters, Expect to hear me on other animated shows. I plan to continue going far in voiceover. I would love to do an animated movie musical. I think that's something that's right up my alley these days. And yes, I expect to be putting out music over the course of time as my time on the show comes to an end, whenever that should be. Yeah. So I expect to get music, expect to see more shows, expect to see me. Also be looking out for that Broadway show, okay? Because it's coming.
I can't wait. I will be the one to book my flight to New York to come see you, because that is something that gets me excited. So Toni, how can people keep up with you and your music?
You can keep up with me by following me on Instagram or TikTok or even Facebook. My IG and TikTok are at I am Toni, Toni, Lorene, Lorene.
Okay, wonderful. We'll keep up with Toni online and tune into The Voice Season 28 two-part finale on December 15th and 16th. Thanks, Toni.
Oh, thank you so much.
The very talented Kira Fontana singing Oh Holy Night. Kira has a free concert coming up with the help of a 30-piece orchestra, no big deal, including members of the Austin Symphony, and you're invited. So second year she's doing this. We're so happy to have you in the studio. Kira, good morning.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here.
And you are so talented. I love watching your hands play the piano as you're singing. You are just a magician of musicians. Tell me a little bit, if you wouldn't mind, about your background.
I actually have a classical background, so I was a songwriter as a kid, but then I went to school for composition, learned to write for orchestras, and that's where we get the big symphony string sound. I love that huge sound. And I play piano and sing, and then I did a lot of vocal coaching actually in Hollywood for over a decade.
Wow, that is amazing. And some of that stuff is just the sort of thing that, like, you wouldn't believe it unless you had seen it yourself, right?
Definitely. It was fun. I worked on The Voice and worked on Glee and a bunch of major label artists. So I was kind of the behind the scenes coach for a while I was singing and doing my own music too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun.
And now here you are, front and center. We've got you for your Oh Holy Night performance. Really doing some beautiful Christmas time songs. Tell me a little bit about kind of coming out from behind the background and you know what it was like to step into the spotlight.
Yeah. Well, I love doing this. We used to do this Christmas concert at my house every year. So it'd be in the living room and we would just gather around and sing Christmas carols. And then a couple of years ago, one of my friends said, "You need to do this for the city."
Oh.
And so I just got really excited about the idea of doing it at ACL Live, and they did an amazing job last year. The whole stage, everything's magical, and I love these songs. I never thought I'd be singing Christmas songs, but when you really listen to the lyrics and the melodies, I'm like, these are amazing songs. There's a reason we've been singing them for generations.
Absolutely. So when we talk about the big performance that you're going to put on, what can we expect as far as songs?
You can expect all your favorites, like Joy to the World, O Come All Ye Faithful, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Silent Night, which is one of my favorites. Of course, O Holy Night. We always love to close out the night with everyone holding candles, so it's called a candlelight Christmas concert.
Lovely.
And so it's just amazing listening to everybody sing along, which you don't have to sing, but you can. And it's the whole venue's lit up with candles. It's amazing.
It sounds really gorgeous, and we've got some pictures of previous years where, you know, people can see how magical it brings everybody together, I think. And these are songs that, to your point, we know the words to.
Yeah.
I might be mouthing just so people don't have to hear my singing voice
Totally okay.
next to me.
Totally okay.
But, you know, with your background in classical music, do you feel like this kind of falls in line with what you were trained to do, or is this a little bit more new age?
What's hilarious is I feel like it ties together everything I was trained to do, because the vocal coach in me encourages everybody to sing during the concert. But then the orchestra part of me helps put together the string arrangements and work with the orchestra. And I've played piano since I was 5. So that part's, it's kind of like a full circle.
I know my mom watches every morning. She is wishing that I had done the same thing. She loved the piano. She played it herself since you were 5. That's incredible.
And my mom made me.
She made you.
She didn't make me play, but she said, if you're going to start, you can't quit till you're 14. Oh. That's the only thing she ever put her foot down about, but I'm happy she did.
And you're close to 14 now, right?
Yeah, so a little bit past. Yeah.
Well, I think it's absolutely wonderful. And if we can touch on the fact that you're using the string orchestra, 30 instruments is powerful.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. On stage, there's no substitute. And I just feel blessed to be able to do it. To get 30 players at the same time, especially during the Christmas season, is a feat. But yeah, once you hear it, it's amazing.
Oh, I really love that. And if we can, let's talk about how people can see your performance, because tickets are gone, but there's still hope.
Yes, there's tons of hope. So tickets are sold out, but last year we encouraged people to come wait in the standby line, and everyone who came got in.
Everybody who waited in the standby line got in.
Yes.
So no promises this year, everybody, but
there's a good chance.
A good chance
Very
if
good.
you go to that standby line.
Yeah.
And who's invited?
Everybody. I mean, really, it's like you said before, it's about bringing people together. So we want to have everyone. I mean, of course, we can't hold everybody, but we want anyone, all ages, anybody who wants to come alone, come with friends. It's just the kind of event you can meet friends if you come alone, or you can bring all your family.
It means making community,
Yes.
which is a big theme of
Yes.
the show today.
Yes.
Oh, I really love it. And it's such a gift that you have given our community. So thank you so much,
thank
Kira.
you.
We really appreciate
Thank
it. And I always have to say break a leg.
Oh,
All right, an unforgettable night of Christmas carols. Learn more about the event at OhholyNightATX.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Serenity Mental Health Centers. People are seeing positive changes with TMS, or transcranial magnetic stimulation. Patient Ivory and psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner Jeffrey Twiss are here to tell us more about Serenity Mental Health Centers. Talk to us about the treatment options here at Serenity.
Well, we do traditional treatment options such as medication, but we also do TMS, which is transcranial magnetic stimulation, and ketamine infusion therapy. We find that patients with PTSD, with OCD, major depressive disorder, anxiety, ADHD can all benefit from TMS, or frankly can all benefit from any combination of these three modalities.
Ivory, you've done TMS. Let's talk about the biggest benefits that you've noticed.
Yeah, so the biggest benefit I would say is it gave me hope. Because I deal with depression, anxiety, and PTSD, I always felt like I couldn't get from up under that cloud. So it gave me hope. It improved my inner dialogue with myself. I talk better about myself and more highly about myself. It also provided structure to my life that I did not know I needed when it comes to dealing with what I have going on.
Wow. Okay, some really nice benefits. How does it feel to hear, such positive returns on TMS?
Well, it's very gratifying that patients get so much out of this treatment. Working with medication alone can yield positive results, of course, but patients typically respond very well to TMS.
And Ivory, what about Serenity made your treatment experience better? This is a beautiful place.
It was very welcoming. It's like a big family. Even from the very first initial phone call, which was to the corporate, I was in tears and I was having a whole episode. And the lady was able to calm me down and made me feel like I wasn't alone in this and that I wasn't a burden.
Twiss, I just want to ask how you ensure a seamless experience for patients just like Ivory, and how people can get started.
The seamless experience really stems from having a consistent schedule. You're working on very individualized goals. We're right here in Austin. We'll get you in for an evaluation, and we can get started with treatment.
Sounds good to
Yeah.
me. Ivory, thank you for sharing your story, and we appreciate your time.
All right, thank you.
Call the number on your screen or go to serenitymentalhealthcenters.com to get started today. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Serenity Mental Health Centers. Welcome back, everybody. The Austin Motel is bringing folks many gifts this season with their Winter Wonderland series. Joining us now with all the details, our marketing and programming manager, Jacqueline Gillis, and lead bartender, Brett Egner. Happy to have y'all. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Lovely to see you both here. And so, Jacqueline, we're starting with you. Winter Wonderland. I actually haven't heard of it before now. Tell us about it.
Well, actually, we are in our 6th year,
wow.
but it's our annual Technicolor holiday pop-up. We host it at Rocky's Bar, which is just a block up behind Congress, and we fill the entire place with what feels like 100 rainbow trees and lights, and we even have a ski chalet area with fires you can cozy up to, and we have great tropical holiday drinks as well.
I like that you said Technicolor. We're keeping like kind of an Austin tropically vibe in something that is otherwise wintry, right?
Yes, just a lot of fun in that space.
I think that this little cat encompasses like a whole lot of it. Like sweet little cat, wearing a lei.
Yes.
It's fun. It's like a really cute little idea. So let's talk about what makes it an Austin tradition, all of the things that you can do at the Wonderland.
Yeah, well, it's just a really funky space. We like to just have a lot of fun, not take ourselves too seriously, but
Love that.
Just every color kind of tree back there. We also have really fun programming every day that we're open through the end of the season.
Okay, what kind of programming are we talking about? Like music, that sort of thing?
Well, like today we have our Festive Flicks, which is a holiday movie every Friday. We have local food pop-ups. Today we have Grandpa's Glizzies. Next week we have Marie's Italian sandwiches. So you get to watch a holiday movie and eat some great food. But we also have Cheeky returning to do her annual sing-along every Saturday.
Lovely.
And then Erica Nix, our partner in crime for many years, she dresses up as Miss Santa, and so you get to come take photos with her. So
Erica Nix, I have taken an exercise class from before.
You know her, yeah.
And I happened to be the only person in the class, and it was the most fun thing I've ever done. It was so high energy.
Yeah.
She is really a performer at heart. Yeah.
She's so fun.
That's amazing. Okay, any new elements to the lineup?
Yes, we actually added a cookie decorating class every Sunday. So you can just sign up on Eventbrite through our website, but just get 3 cookies, and Chef Jacob takes you through a little process, and you get to take home a box of holiday cookies.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Okay, and let's talk about family-friendly offerings, because I think I just saw some kids on the screen. This isn't necessarily, I think of this as more of like an adult, like hang out, don't take yourself too seriously, have maybe a little alcoholic beverage or two, because I have a feeling Brett is really good at those. But it's for the kids as well, huh?
Sure, it's open to the public, so you can just kind of walk through and take the kids through, hang out by the fire. If you want to stay for a drink, we welcome you to do that. But we have things like the cookie decorating class or the movies, or even, we have a DJ playing holiday music on vinyl every Thursday. So it's kind of come and go, and really easy for anyone of any age to come through.
Great holiday vibes no matter when you arrive.
Yes.
Does that sound right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Brett, we're going to put you to work for a minute. We're doing peppermint teenies today, hey?
You are doing the peppermintini. It's a riff on a espresso martini, and it's real simple. We're going to take 2 ounces of vanilla vodka.
Vanilla vodka?
Yes, it's
okay. I knew that there would be some surprises along the way, but I have not heard of vanilla vodka being used in this little riff.
Secret weapon here.
Ah, secret weapon.
1 ounce of coffee liqueur.
Coffee liqueur, okay.
And then we're going to do 1 ounce of cold brew coffee.
I was wondering if there would be like any house-made coffee working its way into the mix.
Yes, some fresh from our partners at Joe's.
Lovely. And of course at Joe's they make great coffee, don't they? So
Yes.
The best.
And then we hand infuse some simple syrup with peppermint extract. So just a little wee dash there.
a wee dash.
And also I was going to say we do have hot chocolate for the kiddos. If people come through with the family.
But this is for the adults.
This is for the adults, yes.
And I like the little touch of peppermint. It's not too pepperminty from everything that I've seen so far. Still much more coffee and vanilla forward.
Yeah, sure. It's just your classic espresso martini with a holiday flavor. And,
Holiday twist.
Always with health, prosperity, and longevity for
Oh, I like that a lot,
Cheers.
Brett. I
Yep.
like that a lot. Any other holiday drinks that people should be on the lookout for that you guys have hit the menu with?
Yeah, I'm excited about a frozen Irish coffee this year.
Lovely.
It's New Orleans style. It's got ground chicory on top. We're doing the peppermint teeny, and then we have a nice winter Cosmo with white cranberry juice and several
Sounds
others.
Lovely.
So,
Yeah,
good
you guys
stuff.
have been hard at work.
We have, yeah. It's
Getting those trees up and refurbishing the menu to make it very Christmassy. I like that. Okay, How long will Winter Wonderland be running?
So we're open every Thursday through Sunday from 2 to 9 p.m. Through December 31st. We're going to have a little New Year's Eve pregame, and that'll be our last event of the Winter Wonderland season.
A little last hurrah before we ring in 2026, and then a whole new ball game for next year. Okay, and then just real quickly, what can viewers expect from Bunkhouse Hotel's 2 quick events?
We have so much fun so many fun holiday events going on, but outside of Austin Motel, this Saturday we have Luck on the Lawn at Hotel Magdalena with a little market going on, and then a holiday market at St. Cecilia that's open to the public on Sunday.
So many really cool things. Okay, this looks amazing. Thank you so much, Brett. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, for more information, visit bunkhousehotels.com/Austin Motel. Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country. Just go to kxan.com/jobs where you can search thousands of new postings every single day. Check it out right now and get started on the path to your next career. Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by Swift River Pecans and Serenity Mental Health Centers.